Welcome back to the homestead. I hope you are staying busy. I hope you were so busy today. It is Saturday before Mother's Day, and I hope you got a lot done. That's what I want this message to be, is why we stay busy. Why do we bust our backs? Why do we not wake up and even shower and comb our hair and even put our shirts on the right way? Because we don't have time. We want to get crap done. So that's what today's message is. You know, if you were like me, you were up all last night because with all of the solar issues going on, it was so fun to stay up and you just point your camera toward the sky, and it was absolutely beautiful. You know, but with that, there was a lot of alarming headlines that this type of solar activity could have actually had a Carrington effect, could have, did some power outages and could have wreaked havoc on some infrastructure. I wasn't following it enough, so I wasn't necessarily thinking that was going to happen. But I'll tell you what that did come across my mind is, what if? What if? So, because out of nowhere, suddenly the potentiality of that being a big situation with all the solar flare, it was a little bit too close to home for me. And so, I'm Mr. Preparedness, I'm Mr. Homestead. I'm always sitting there preaching to you guys to get your house in order, right? Well, there is so many things on my list. So I've been filling up the freezer with hamburger. I've been filling up my granaries. And so, I went and bought a whole bunch of my chicken feed yesterday. I just did that anyway. But today I was, looking at all these things that I have on my list to get, which my big thing is I want to have food storage for my animals. How can I perpetuate chickens laying their eggs and rabbits creating protein? Because we know that we're creating sustainability with the greenhouse and the gardens, whatever. So I want you to translate this message to your homestead. Can you build capacity for storage? Is there things that you can do, whether you have livestock or you're just getting started with chickens? That's awesome. So during the shortages of 2021, it was hard to get chicken feed. It was hard to get rabbit feed. It was hard to get hay and alfalfa. And so I really had this lesson setting on me beforehand about how it's important to stock up. But that really kind of singed my dirty eyebrows. And I hope it's a lesson I don't forget. And I hope it's a lesson that all of us don't forget. Because if we can lay up in store, if we can create silos of different pockets of food storage within our preparation items, do it. So it's not just freeze-dried stuff or canning or gardening. Try to think greater. What can you do to actually have more self-sufficiency for your homestead, for the things that you value? Okay, so this is how we store our rabbit feed, because these bags are just so easy for the mice to get into. Now, mice can still go through hard plastic, but we've done this for over a year and it's worked great. So that's what we do. So we at least attempt it so that, we still make a mess, but this is just easier to manage. We're doing a big stock, like all these are empty. So I've, kind of let things go, but we're remedying that. And it's just a way to help us keep organized, keep clean, and keep the mice out. I love this. Yeah, baby. Get those granaries filled. Get them filled. Do it now. So that's just my message. Just the possibility of what could have happened with all those solar flares was, it really rested heavily on me. And luckily, I've already got started on those 5 points that I told you that I was really needing to hit. And it's been hard because I've been remodeling my pioneer house and I've been making great strides, but in the process of doing that priority, there's so many things on the homestead that I needed to do as well. So anyway, look at this. I'm repenting and I'm stocking up. I try to get, I mean, if you can get a year's supply of feed for your animals, if you can keep it fresh. So I have been through the process of rotating, so I know how much I can and can not store in regards to the cattle, to the rabbits, and to the chickens. But if you haven't been through that process, like, you might be wanting to start some backyard homestead solutions. And if you do, that's the great first step. And then the second one is, how can you then insulate yourself with your food storage for your animals, the same way you do food storage for yourself. All of it's important. So I mentioned multiple times that this channel is not, hey, you should do a milk cow like me. Hey, you should do meat rabbits like me, and you should build this greenhouse. You should be me. Because that's a horse crap message, and that's not my message. My message is that you can get a customized plan and inspiration from somewhere else. Don't get it from me. I might be here motivating. That's what I'm trying to do, because we're all in this together. But when it comes down to what you should be doing, I promise you, if you just get started with little efforts and you just get your feet moving, that you're going to continue to get inspiration for what you should be doing. The birds are looking good. See all that they just swept out of the silo? A little bit of dog food in there, that's kind of nasty. Little bird feed that spilled, that's okay. Extra rabbit feed, no big deal. Yeah, baby. Now, I know we're all busy. One, I get it. Amen. I'm busy too. And two, I know that things are really expensive right now. So that's why I can't tell you what to do. We all have different circumstances. So with this inflation, which is run amok, you got to just do the best you can. So that's why I can't tell you what you should be doing. I mean, I'll give people ideas, and I'm helping people all the time in some of their efforts. But you really just got to take your finances and your setup and everything into effect, and then just get some inspiration, and good things will happen. Now, something I did want to mention, there was this financial analyst, and he was talking about just the potentials with the dollar, with our currency, just with all of the geopolitics, which could come in and affect the monetary system. So I want to be careful with that. I don't want to be alarmist here. His message, somebody who kind of is an alarmist, was that we all need to get a 2-year supply of food. And, you know, from me, someone that lives in Utah, I'm like, that sounds like Mormon doctrine here, boy. You know, like why do we have more and more people who are sounding an alarm that food storage is something very important? I was watching yesterday a video from the Canadian Prepper, and you know, this guy has, you know, over 1 million subscribers. His name is Nate as well. I mean, what is it with these Nate people? They're just really, really alarmist and negative. Just kidding. His is a fantastic channel, but he was, you know, some of his sources, his insiders are talking about, take this serious and just do things now. And I mean, that's the message that's resided on my heart. That's what I'm here to try to just try to encourage, you know, in our little homestead community that we have here. I believe it fully. It's not time to screw around. It's time to wake up. Don't worry about your hair. Don't worry if your shirt's inside out, and just get busy. You know, whatever it is you're supposed to do, just do it. Get on it. And, you know, with your own food storage on the inside. So we talked about what can you do, you know, to create storage for your animals or whatever your homestead solutions are. You know, the other thing, if you're doing gardens, can you store seeds? Sure you can. If you're planning on like I am, doing the 3 big basics, potatoes, onions, and carrots this year, can you go get those seeds earlier? And can you have them on hand? Carrot seeds are super easy to collect. You basically just leave those carrots in the ground, and the second year you get a seed stock and you get 5 billion seeds. Save them. Save your own. Same thing with onions, you know. But potatoes, you know, do you save some potatoes every year so that you have seed potatoes? It's just so important for us to not take for granted. Like, we just go to the store and we just buy whatever we need. Again, I hope you had lessons that you were taught in 2021 when the shortages were abounding, because one day we will reach even bigger shortages, maybe catastrophic shortages. So if we do dry runs now, if we practice that now, then, you know, perhaps we can be ready for those things, and we're not sitting around waiting on, you know, I think about all of the people down with Hurricane Katrina. You know, it was such a horrible situation, and so many people were desperate, and they were waiting on the government to come and rescue them off of their roofs or rescue them in their starving situation. And I'm not judging them in their circumstance. What I am saying, if you're stuck on a roof in the middle of that flood waiting on the government, you could be waiting a long time. So get yourself together and figure it out on your own. You are the solution. Government is not the solution. I am not even going to lie. There is nothing more rewarding than at the end of a hard day and then it starts raining. And you got a rainbow? No big deal. Yeah. You bet. And the kids want to watch a movie. I mean, when we get the work done, it is time to have a little bit of fun. Super rewarding. I love Sundays because not only is it a day to rest, but it's also a day to look back at all the crap you got done and just be grateful. So that'll be tomorrow. Let it rain, baby. Let it rain. That's my message. Remember, like and subscribe. I've got so many videos on the phone, inside the greenhouse and over at the manor. Those are going to come. But I thought, you know, this will be a Mother's Day video to you. Hey, get your crap in order and get busy. Happy Mother's Day, though, to all of you mother homesteaders out there. I hope you just have a fantastic day. I do. Talk to you later. See you next video.